All right, so today we're diving deep into, well, this is going to be interesting.
Oh, yeah.
We're looking at Bobo Bojangles. I think I just shit in my pants.
Okay.
Which is a YouTube video from the channel Uncanny Valley. And
I'm familiar.
yeah, I think everyone kind of knows Uncanny Valley.
Right.
But this one's something special.
It's, well, the title alone, right? Bobo Bojangles.
Yeah.
I think I just shit in my pants, you kind of know what you're getting into.
You really do.
But at the same time, you don't.
Exactly, and it's interesting because, the song itself doesn't really deviate from that title at all.
Not really, no.
It's really all about, this guy who's at a bingo hall.
Echo night?
And yeah, bingo night, and he has this very unfortunate incident.
Yes, he does.
Which he then proceeds to sing about repeatedly.
Repeatedly. Yeah, and it's interesting, I think, the way that the repetition is used.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's almost like he's trying to process this incredibly awkward situation.
Right. And by repeating it over and over again, it kind of forces us to process it with him.
Yeah. It definitely makes the listener, pretty uncomfortable.
Oh, for sure. You're right there in that bingo hall with him experiencing that.
Feeling that awkwardness, and it's heightened by, the descriptions he uses, like...
Oh, very vivid.
Extremely vivid, like, the smell of my poop is all over my cheeks,
And that's subtle.
Running down my leg, like...
It's a very visceral experience.
It is, yeah.
And you can't escape it.
You can't, and it's interesting because, he doesn't shy away from those details at all.
No, he leans right in.
He really does, and I think that's part of what makes this song so fascinating.
It's definitely playing with that sort of that Uncanny Valley vibe, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where it's funny, but it's also like, oh, this is a little too real.
Yeah.
This is making me a little uncomfortable.
And what do you make of the bingo hall setting? It's not where you'd expect this to happen.
Not at all.
You think of maybe a concert or a sporting event, somewhere with a lot of people.
Right, somewhere rowdy.
Yeah, exactly. But a bingo hall, it's just so unexpected.
It really is.
And I think that adds to the humor. It's that juxtaposition of the mundane with the totally outrageous.
Right, and then there's the name Bobo Bojangles.
Right. What is that about?
It's such a strange, almost silly name.
Yeah, very clownish.
Yeah, it's like a caricature of a name almost.
It is, and it makes you wonder, is this intentional?
Right.
Is Bobo Bojangles like this character who's prone to these kinds of mishaps?
Right.
Or is it just a random name that just further adds to the absurdity of the whole situation?
It's really hard to tell, but I think it definitely plays a role.
It has to, you can't ignore a name like that.
And then, of course, there's the whole context of the channel itself, Uncanny Valley.
Right, which is known for its unsettling content.
Yeah, and for pushing boundaries.
Yeah, definitely.
And this song definitely fits into that mold.
It does. It's playing with that same kind of humor, that same kind of discomfort.
Exactly.
It's funny, but it's also kind of disturbing.
It's like you're laughing, but you're also like, oh God, I shouldn't be laughing at this.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, where does that leave us? We've got this song that's just laser focused on this really embarrassing incident.
Yeah.
Uses repetition, incredibly vivid imagery, and this potentially ironic name.
All on a channel known for its unsettling content.
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack.
It really is, and I think it's all very deliberate.
Oh, for sure.
The song is constructed in a way that plays with our expectations.
Right.
We expect a certain reaction to this kind of situation.
Like shame.
Yeah, embarrassment, trying to hide it.
Right.
But instead, he leans into the absurdity of it.
He really does.
And it forces us to confront the humor in this very uncomfortable situation.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes it so thought-provoking.
It is.
Because it leaves us wondering, what is the intended effect here?
Right.
Is it just pure, shock humor?
Yeah.
Or is it something more?
Is it a commentary on our fear of social humiliation?
Right. Or is there even a deeper artistic purpose behind the absurdity and the repetition?
Could be.
It's hard to say, and I think that's what's so great about it.
It is. It leaves you thinking.
It really does.
And that's what good art should do.
Absolutely. And I think that's a good place to leave it for today.
Yeah, I think so.
So to all our listeners out there, think about it.
Yeah, give it a listen.
What do you think is the purpose of Bobo Bojangles? I think I just shit in my pants.
Let us know.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts.
Absolutely.
Until next time, happy deep diving.